Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sunny Cool and this is Gems of War. And today I had trouble starting the stream. Hopefully it's going okay now. Let me refresh. Sometimes I'll broadcast and it just does nothing. And then like I have to wait 20 seconds with nobody. It doesn't go anywhere and nobody... And then I end it and I restart it again, so... Plus, there's the waiting room. Like, yeah, it can be confusing, but just know that I'm usually streaming by 10:30, 11 every Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. And yeah, go to the live tab, click on my face, whatever you gotta do is how you get to the live streams. But gotta set her up. We got Vault Event today, main account, Vault Event, spoilers. We're gonna be farming some keys, some verses. Let's get some gaps. We'll do the Vault event on the main account today. We'll see how it looks tomorrow on the new account. You can compare. Compare and contrast. Do a simile, a metaphor. Whatever you want to do. I got a cool thumbnail today. Did you see it? I'm about to put it on there. But let's run a auto battle. What do we got? Ooh, I got a star. I got a star. A store. Hail Craig. Dash cool. I didn't even do nothing. Alright, so where are we at this week? What's Groshnock? Is that true? Is that true or false? Groshnock. Trials. So, only reason I'm doing this so you have something to watch while I set up the stream real quick. Bum, bum, bum. Come on, come on. Alright, let's see if the AI can win this one. Vault event, main account, spoilers, farming gnomes versus keys, Gems of War live, 11/21/2025. We'll be doing the spoilers for 11/24 week. Alright, thumbnail. Hopefully that thumbnail doesn't like get me demonetized. No, it doesn't really matter. We don't make anything off of anything unless you guys give it to me. So they can't take away what you give to me, just by the way. Even if I get demonetized, it doesn't take away what y'all give to me. But, you know, it might take away my pennies. But I don't really care. It's live stream. It's not about the pennies. Gems of War live. No, it's not altered content. It's literally me every single time. It's literally me every single time. Every single day. It's not altered content. Yes. Yeah. Alright. Alright, I think I'm ready to go. Let's jump into the chat here. See who's here. Who came here early? Who hit the like? Who turned in their ticket to the train? Who's jumping the turnstile and not hitting like? You don't turn your ticket in, dude? You just like sneaky? Are you a rogue, a ninja, Tenchu, hitman? Sneaking around? I see you. I see like 6 of you out there sneaking around like Hitman Tenchu, dropping off the rooftop, slitting somebody's throat. Why don't you hit the freaking like button? Come on, turn your ticket in. Quit being a Tenchu stealth assassin. You gotta do a silent but deadly fart. More like it. Doing a SBD. And you point at everybody else. You smelt it, you dealt it. You know that? You smelt it, you dealt it. And if you're running down the hall and your pants begin to fall, you didn't hit like. If you're climbing up a ladder and you hear something splatter, you didn't hit like. You know? So, better do that. Or you have to get some loner pants from the office. Then what? Then you're wearing loner pants all day. Don't even fit you right. It's like pajama pants. Pajama pants are like either super baggy or super tight. They got the little butt flap in the back. Because now they're like, dude, you made it splatter. So we got to give you a way to make sure it don't splatter next time. So you got the butt flap in the back of your loner PJs. Because you didn't hit the like. Alright, I see you now. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I saw you. I watched you hit it. Alright, looks like we lost pretty quickly there. You might have to do that one by yourself, but it's okay. You can do it. I believe in you. I think you can. Alright, we got Sauna in the house. Yoke the Ham. Tyrion Shark. Classic EverQuest. We got Horth. Yoke, Horth, Sauna, Chad with a two. Dropping a deuce. Let's go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Dude, now like pop. You guys notice on YouTube now, it like pops it out. Like if you go to a different tab. I'm watching it like on my laptop. I don't know about like on a phone or anywhere else, but like on a computer or laptop, if you like go to a different tab, it like pops it out. That's pretty cool. They used to not let you do that. It is getting in my way a little bit, but I like it when I'm like doing something else, not streaming. Alright, let's try that again while I do the spoilers real quick, then we'll get into the Vault event. The Vault event. The best time in the game to be playing, it's when you farm, you don't be farming Explore 9 with your Cedric team. You be Vault eventing. The same person that's exploring 9 or 10 with their Cedric team is the same person that's jumping off to get pets every 30 minutes or an hour during the Vault event. I just know. I'm peeping through your window. I seen it. Secretly watching your account, and I know you're the same person. And then you go to the forum and complain about not having things. Why don't I have it? I opened 50 million eggs. I'm buying all the Dragonite. Using all my gold marks on Dragonite. Every dungeon day I buy Dragonite. And I get every pet during the Vault event. I play Treasure Hunt a lot. And I do Explore 9 with my Cedric team, and that's why I don't like to listen. I'm stubborn, so I'm going to complain about not having things. Alright. It's popping out. Let me get rid of it. You can just hit the X. Alright, spoilers for the week of November 24th, 2025. We have a Volpackia week. Volpackia. That means Volpackia Underspire. Epic Trials, Weapons in the Soul Forge, Event Key Drop Table, Glory Shop Troop. That means we're having Court of Foxes on Tuesday, because that's associated to Volpackia. We're getting the Foxite pet on Wednesday, because Volpackia. We got Spirit Walker Talker Caller class event on Thursday, because Volpackia. And yeah, the guild event is Invasion. Easiest event in the game for guild event. And we got Bounty on the weekend, the next best single-player event after Vault event for loot. And it's really fast, too, now. Used to be slow, like a slog, like using 4 Bounty troops took forever. Nowadays, there's, like, no excuse, bro. Like Tesla, Chrysanthrax, Ruby Weapon, just blaze right through it, get all that loot. Second best in the game, I would say. There are some faction events, though, that you can get, like, a bunch of gold. But Bounty, you get a bunch of orbs. I think orbs are better than gold. But yeah, that's what's up next week, y'all. It's the end of November. We got Thanksgiving on Thursday. So that week is a Volpackia week. Volpackia is the Kingdom of the Week. Invasion is the Guild event. Tuesday, Faction event is Court of Foxes. Wednesday, I think that pet is called Foxite. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Thursday, we have Spirit Walker Talker Caller class. And that weekend we have Bounty events. So now you're caught up on the spoilers. We do not have a December calendar yet. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't see it yet. They're probably on their 800th vacation day. So they don't have time to put out a December calendar. Because they have more vacations than a kindergartner. Good morning, Yoke. Love the thumbnail, Sana. Yeah. Thank you, Yoke. Tyrion says, was just thinking, had Cinny started streaming yet? Looked and just got the update. He was. You wished it into existence. Good morning, Classic. Morning, Horth. You jumped the turnstile, dude. Someone ate those berries, dude. That was funny. You gotta watch, man. You gotta watch, like, from jump to end. You never know what I'm gonna say. I was watching my EverQuest video from yesterday, which is doing well. It's a number 1 out of 10 on my studio, which is great. And as a YouTuber, that's what you always want. You want it to say number 1. So that means it's doing well. I was watching it, rewatching it, just, you know, it's what we do. Sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I was today rewatching my video from yesterday. And I made myself laugh because I said we're in that, I was like, we're in this little wiener area. Like, just saying little wiener all of a sudden made myself laugh. I don't know. I was talking about, like, nothing, like, a dungeon, like, goblins, like, and then all of a sudden I say, look at the map, we're on this little wiener area. And I don't know. I'm 5, so it made me laugh. But yeah, you gotta watch the whole thing. You never know what I'm gonna say. I'm a crazy man. I say crazy stuff. Livewire, he's in your PvP ladder. He must have got brainwashed by the ops. You know how it goes. You get brainwashed by the ops, you can never come back. And then the ops just aren't around anymore. And then you feel like a fool, so you don't come back. He might be one of them ninjas, Tenchu Hitman. Did the event already start? Yeah, it started like soon as today started. So as soon as reset hits on Friday, the Vault event starts. You're sad about the last update fix that secretly nerfed my Vault weekend plans? Oh, you was gonna do PvP, huh? New Soulforge! Oh yeah! I always forget to put that in the title. Thank you. Tyrion says gnomes did not have correct stats and even frenzied were super easy to one-shot. Aw, man. That sucks for you. You're on that secret PvP stuff, weren't you? Alright, yeah, let's check out that Soulforge before we get going with the Vault event, which I will completely explain and over-explain multiple times here in a moment. But, let's check out the new Soulforge. Remember, it rotates twice a week now. So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's one set of Mythics and Legendaries. And then at Friday on Reset, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's another set, a completely different set of Mythics and Legendaries. The weapons stay the same. I think the summoning stones stay the same. The dragon stays the same, but the mythics and the legendaries, the 4 mythics and the 4 legendaries will change, which makes them cycle twice as fast, which also introduces new ones faster. So it's all over good. Let's take a look and see what we got. Morthani's Darkness, that's one I like. You know me, I don't jump for joy too often. Mother of Darkness, used to be good. Vashtagon, Did I miss one there? What'd I miss? We got Vashtagon. We got Mother of Darkness. We got Morthani. And we got Dagonath. Huh, that's a new one. I don't have that one. This guy's new. I forget how he came into the game. I can't remember. But it must be some sort of either pay or PvP. It's one of the PPs. Because I don't do PPs. You know what I mean? I don't swing that way. I don't do the PPs. So, obviously I don't have it. Because I'm not a PP guy. But I'm going to get it now. It should be new. Yep. Alright, so once again, there was one like this previous Bahamut, I think, or something. Either last Soulforge or the Soulforge before that. So it's a new one to free-to-play players, or it could be just like a PvP one that everybody skipped. I don't know. I forget. I should keep better track of these things. But all I do know is that I didn't have it, so that means that it probably wasn't worth getting until now. So you might want to check and see if you have it or not. This is mostly for super high-level players that are getting everything in the game for collection purposes. I'm not saying this is a good one yet. I gotta look at it. So I'm not saying like if you've been saving up and you're a mid-level player looking for good ones in the Soulforge. I'm not saying you should craft it. I'm saying, hey, high-level players out there, if you missed it the first time it came around like me, then you might want to double-check and see if you have it or not for collection purposes. Because you have, 50,000 diamonds and you're just looking for something to spend them on. But I don't know, is it good? 25 blue, green, brown, Merlantis, demon, merfolk deal damage to 4 random enemies, boosted by submerged gems. There is a 50% chance to jumble the enemy team. Wow. 50% chance to do something underwhelming. Good. Create a submerged gem when my turn begins. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. Submerge myself when I take damage. I don't know, man. I guess it's like, you know, it's not a great. To me it looks like a what's her name? Mamba Sierra. What's the stupid one from the Nexus? Like starts with the K. I already forget her name. You know what I mean, though. Like the ones that just hit 4 enemies. That's pretty much all they do. So they could be useful every once in a while for like a world event or something, but it's not one you're gonna use if you have access to everything in the game. You know, I'd rather use Maelstrom Dagonath. I'd rather use a dragon. I'd rather use Tesla. I'd rather use Ruby Weapon. So it's not a top 10. It's not a top 20. It just hits 4 enemies. That's what it's doing. Nothing is amazing about it. Like Jumbling, woohoo! Submerge is okay. 50% spell reduction is okay. You know, it's not horrible. It's like a mid-tier mythic. Oops. Alright, so we'll put them in order now. Morthani is number 1. Morthani is way better than Dagonath there. Maybe not way better, but, you know, better. So it steals life from 4 random enemies instead of just hitting them with physical on their armor, like banging its head off their shield. This thing steals their life, rips out like freaking Shang Tsung ripping out their soul. Morthani Shang Tsung rips out their soul, steals life from 4 random enemies, and has a summon, which is better than a submerge, in my opinion. So all around better than the Dagonath. True damage, it gains the life, and it summons. It's undead, you can 50% start it. It's divine, you can 40% start it. Doesn't really have any good traits, though, but just the fact that it's doing true damage to 4 enemies, and it's not even just true damage, it's stealing it and giving it to itself, and then has a summon on top of all of that. I'm not saying this is top 10 or anything. I think it's borderline top 20. It's down there with like Guard's Avatar and Phoenicia, you know, around there. It's around there. Guard's Avatar, Phoenicia, Morthani. It's in that little zone. A tier mythic. Maybe A minus, A, something like that. It's probably not an A plus, but it's either A or A minus. So I like it. Borderline top 20. I can't remember where I put it on my top 20 mythics, but go check out my list, which I made less than 6 months ago, I think. Morthani would be number 1 for this Soul Forge. Number 2, I don't know. They're pretty close. Neither one are good, though. Pretty close. At least this boosts off yellow gems. That's better than boosting off of, like, Submerge or Enrage or Barrier or something like that. I don't really use her that often. She does have the Light Storm that, like, keeps going and going and going and going, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I'll give this one second place. Because it has the Perpetual Light Storm. Does damage to all enemies and boosts off of yellow gems, which is better than boosting off of something stupid that you can only get 4 of. We'll give her number 2, but she's definitely not top 20 or anything. She's probably like a B minus. Mother of Darkness, I guess, would be next. Does true damage to multiple enemies. It used to be really good with Night Spider, but Night Spider got nerfed into the ground. So its partner in crime got destroyed. So it'd be like Batman fighting something difficult, and Robin would always help him edge it out. And now Robin, you know, went to prison or something, and he doesn't have Robin anymore. So Mother of Darkness doesn't have Night Spider anymore. So, you know, the team kind of got nerfed. So she doesn't get used very much anymore for real. She's mid, probably C, I don't know, C+. Then you got the Dagonath, which I just got, so I won't, like, super rate it, because I haven't used it yet, but it just seems like one of those Mamba Sierras, Kalani's, or whatever her name is, where it's all about just doing damage to 4 enemies and nothing else. It's cool it submerges itself when it takes damage. Like, that's annoying. But it's like, I don't give you lots of points for just being annoying. That's the Soul Forge. If I was going to craft anything out of this, I would craft Morthani. Alright, legendaries. Legendaries. Don't craft them, but I'll still put them in order just for references. You know, just a reference late. Like, hey, I wonder which one's better. Not because you're going to craft it. We got Jarl, a Fire Mantle. We got the Dragon Soul. Two really old legendaries that we don't use too much anymore. Vanish Dagon used to be good. It used to be the way to curse sometimes. But now we have the Wand of Stars and, like, you know, the Miraji Queen and other easier ways to curse. So it doesn't get used as much. This was a legendary. What am I doing? That was a legendary, y'all. And I ranked it higher than some of the mythics. Well, that'll tell you something. I didn't even think about that. So what was the other one then? Oh, Vashtagon was the other one. My bad. I just figured it out on my own. I'm sure y'all are yelling it in the chat. So we'll re-rank the mythics, sorry. I don't know why I thought High Priestess Chaska was a mythic. Probably because Dagonath and freaking... Dagonath is so ass that it seemed like... Oops. Alright, let me re-rank these mythics real quick. High Priestess Chaska is a legendary, you dummy. Alright, Morthani's number 1. Morthani is number 1. I guess... Sometimes you can use this for certain things. They're pretty close. I'll just say Vashtagon and Mother Darkness are next, and then Dagonath is last. Alright, legendaries. Krampus isn't good. Dragon Soul oldie, not very good. Jarl, not really. And then you got High Priestess Chaska, which is probably the best one, but don't craft it. Glad I caught that. But it does have like that Light Storm. That's pretty good. I like troops that have that. Like Chernabog has the brown one. Bane of Ambition has the skull one. Stuff like that. I like when the storm just continues to go forever and ever and ever. I almost forgot that she had that. But she's probably the best legendary in there. Don't craft her. Anyway, I'm screwing up. Let's move on. There you go, Zivy. Did anybody else say it before that? PvP legendary? He's annoying on defense teams. You think he's almost as good as the orb one that does an instant kill and gets an extra turn? I don't know. I haven't used it yet though, so... Only mythics rotate, and the legendaries. Pretty sure we don't have the same legendaries, right? You think he's low A? I don't know, I haven't used it yet. Seems like it's just a damage dealer, physical damage. Why would you use it if you could use Chrysantherax or something? Right, Yoke? Alright, let's go. I hate when I screw up. Makes me irritated. I was in a good mood. I got some rewards. Let's grab them. Offers. I don't even want to look at them. I guess if there's a purple deed, I'll buy it. If there's a verse, I'll buy it. But I can't buy anything else because look at my gem stack. Yeah, I'm not buying that. What else do we got to do? Dailies. We got some gems there. Campaign. I'm probably behind on. I don't know. Hold on a sec. It's been loading a lot lately, and I hate when it does that during the vault event. It's because the devs are on their 800th vacation because they're kindergartners, and so now we're getting a bunch of lag. They love to make it laggy during the vault event. They're like, hey, come farm the game, like do quick battles back to back to back to back for hours and hours and hours and hours. Oh, great. Look, my stream went down. Oh, no. This is butt. Why does this happen like every time I do anything? I make a video Wednesday. I don't even know if y'all can hear me anymore, but I'm gonna complain and grouse for a second. I was making a video Wednesday. The thing I wanted to do, it was all camped up and I couldn't do it. And then I get on my Shadow Night and everything's so freaking dark and like the stupid audio's not working and whatnot. And then yesterday it was laggy. I was trying to record and it was freaking laggy. And then today we just crashed our stream and I'm gonna have to restart a whole nother new stream because there's no way to get around this on PlayStation. So when the game restarts, the whole stream ends because it's so stupid. There's something else the other day too with like my internet went down when I was doing something. I was farming the ice giants in outside permafrost on EverQuest, and it's like a really highly contested camp, and my freaking internet went out while I was doing it. What's unloadable? You can still hear me? Your gem stack is at 0? Well, at least we got all the dumb crap out of the way with the spoilers and the Soul Forge, and now I gotta... Anyway, we better get back to it. Alright, let's hit this button. That'll end the stream, and then I'll be back. But we have to remember that Chad ran out there with the 2. Making sure it wasn't a goose egg so far. Alright, I'll be back. Is it gonna let me keep going? No way. This never happens like this. Excuse me. No way! Let me keep going. Wow, that's never happened in my life. If the game crashes, it's over with. I tried. I swear the stream usually ends when that happens. Maybe it's a PlayStation 5 thing. Because I don't know if we've ever crashed. Hey, that's good luck. Alright. Let's keep it going. Maybe we'll have some more good luck. Alright, let me show y'all my warts. You want to see them? You want to see my warts? Look, I got 240 vault keys. I got 8 epic vault keys. I did not open them. Did not open them. I'm a bad boy. I did not follow my own advice and open all my keys before the vault event because I'm playing a new account. That's my unembarrassing excuse. That's my go-to excuse, right? I'm playing 2 accounts, guys. Come on, guys. I'm playing 2 accounts right now. What do you expect? I got a YouTube channel. I got playing 2 accounts. I got lots of kids. I got to drive around all over the place. I'm busy every day, all day, every day. Sorry. I'm sorry I didn't open my vault keys. I suck. But, yeah, totally advise if you can, if you're playing 1 account and you're playing this game hardcore, open all your vault keys, epics, regulars before the vault event because it'll make you go harder. I promise. Like mental gymnastics. It might not work for everybody, but I feel like it works for the majority of people. If you come into a vault event with 555 vault keys and 55 epic vault keys, you're less likely to get another 500 vault keys. You're probably just going to get like 200 or 300. For most people. I know there's some people out there who can just not even think about it and just go hard. But for me, that's how I am. If I got 399 vault keys and 39 epics, I'm probably just going to get like 201 vault keys, right? And just make it something even. But if I have 0, because I opened them all, then I'm more likely to go to at least 300, 400, 500, who knows? I only got 2 gaps, some more warts, but you know me. I don't like having lots of gaps. That's a controversial opinion of mine, where I don't understand why people have millions of gaps. There's only one excuse. It's that you're so busy that you don't have 15 minutes to run a gap, which means you're most likely a billionaire, which in that case you should probably share the wealth. You know what I mean? If you're Elon Musk playing Jibs of War and you're not able to run those gaps, I totally understand. You're shooting shit into space every day, like you're busy. You got meetings all day. You're inventing like golden toilet robots. Alright? So you don't have time to run your gaps. But if you have 15 minutes, if you're a normal person that can somehow find 15 minutes here or there, then you should probably run your gaps. They're like uncashed in paychecks. You know what I do? I go to work, and I work 40 hours, and they give me this paycheck thing, and I don't ever just cash it. I just look at it. I hang it on the wall. I collect them. I'm a collector of paychecks. So I'll go to work for 40 hours a week. I'll get that paycheck in my hand, and I just hang it on the wall and look at it. I don't cash it. I don't need the money. I just stack them up. Just look at them. That's what I do. So, freaking open them, bro. Right now's the time. If you got 100 gaps right now, just run gaps back to 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 back all weekend. You planning to live forever? For infinite? Ever? You're going to live forever. And it's going to blow your mind just even thinking about it. Of how you're never going to die. And you're just going to live forever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in like 450 years from now? When you're just bored of everything and you got like 450 million gaps. You should probably run them, You should probably run them. You should probably get the vault keys and then open the vault keys. And then you'll have gems so you can buy stuff. You can buy metals and then you won't have to farm as much, right? So, same person. You know the deal. Same person. They stack gaps to the ceiling, and then they wonder why they don't have this or that. They're farming metals, they're farming gold, they're farming souls, wasting their time, but they're also stacking gaps up. They don't run them, and wondering why they gotta farm souls and gold and metals and stuff like that. Probably because you're not running your gaps and getting your vault keys and opening your vault keys where all that loot would be, So, you're putting off 15 minutes. Every time you don't run a gap, you're putting 15 minutes off into the future. You're putting work off. You're going to have to run them eventually. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But, if you don't have 15 straight minutes and you're kind of just dad camping the game, you're kind of just you're just, running battles every once in a while, and because you're just so busy, like, I get it. It's the only good excuse for real. Let's do the vault event. Let's talk about it. So, vault event. It's not a traditional event, right? There's no shop. There's no leaderboard. It's kind of hard to even tell that there's something going on right now. Other than this little thing right here. It says Gnome Vault, defeat 5 loot gnomes in battles to earn a vault key in this event. The community, we like to call those pity keys. They're taking pity on you. By counting how many gnomes you encounter, and then for every 5, they're going to send a vault key to your mailbox. That's in case you kill like 15 to 20 gnomes and you get unlucky and they don't drop any vault keys for some reason. They wanted to take pity on you and, oh, you killed 5 gnomes, here's a vault key. Oh, you killed 10 gnomes, here's a vault key. It's nice. It was nice of them. So the vault event basically is just that gnomes appear more often and they drop more vault keys than they would normally drop. Like if a gnome would usually only drop a vault key 1 in every 10 times that it appears, right now it's going to drop a vault key 1 in every 5 times it appears. If a gnome would only appear once every 20 battles normally, right now it's appearing like once every 4 battles, once every 5 battles, something like that. So they're just turned up. The gnome and explore and PvP. And the recommended place is Explore 1. Explore 1 is the recommended place if you want to get the most out of this today. If you want to get the most gems, the most orbs, the most keys, the most verses, If you want to get the most out of this today, you do Explore 1. There are super high-level players now. You know, it always depends emoji in the chat, blah, blah, blah. There are super high-level players, you know, that might be doing PvP. I'm not saying you're wrong. But you better be level 2000, and you better have a bunch of kingdoms 20-30'd, and you better have almost everything in the game if you're going to go do it in PvP. Same thing as like using Chrysantherax with no hero on your team. If you don't have every class at 100, you haven't earned the right to do that yet. If you don't have a bunch of resources and a bunch of kingdoms 20-30'd and almost everything in the game, you haven't earned the right to do Vault Event and PvP. I still don't feel like I'm able to do that. Look at my gem stack. Look how quickly it can go down. I had 33,000 gems. That's how quickly gems can go down. All I was doing was buying offers. And I went a little bit hard in like a guild event one time. And then the Legends Reborn came through, right? Like things can happen back to back to back that you can go from 30k gems down to 4k gems pretty quick. So do the Vault event, keep your gem stack at a certain level, and don't let it fall below a certain level. So the best way to do this today would be Explore 1, but we got to figure out where are we going to go. You know, Explore 1 with either Rowan. The people that are going to use Rowan today, you don't have double Ironhawk or triple Ironhawk, so you're going to use Rowan. Or maybe you don't have all your class weapons, or maybe you don't have all your classes on 100. You probably want to use Rowan. If you have double Ironhawk, triple Ironhawk, you can use, I would say go ahead and use the Ironhawks if you want to. But if you don't have double or triple Ironhawk, you should probably use Rowan today. There's other teams too, but I think Rowan, there's no reason to recommend the other ones because it's not like they're that much faster, and usually you have to have double of a certain crazy mythic that if you don't, like I got double Caffroo, but I don't have double Ironhawk, it's kind of weird to me, so I don't really recommend it. Like, why did you get that one instead? So I'm not going to be able to tell you anything anyway because you're not listening. So there's no point in giving that advice. We got to figure out where we're going to go. Usually it's Wild Plains or Cinemirage, but we got to check and see what has extra stats today because Ironhawk does a very specific amount of damage. It does 20 or 25. So the 2 Ironhawks does the 2 does 25 and the 3 does 20. Right? So that's how much damage it does. So we need enemies that are 20 HP or less, so we can farm properly with Ironhawks. So usually Cinemirage or Wild Plains works, but it does depend what has extra stats that week. So you can look at the events. So Groshnok, they have 10% extra stats this week. And Orcs have 10% extra stats this week. So it's pretty good because most of the Orcs are just in Groshnok. So most likely we're going to be able to do Cinemirage or Wild Plains, which almost always works. There's no reason to go anywhere else if you're using Ironhawks. Like if you're using something other than Ironhawks, go wherever you want because you're not handcuffed to that 20 HP or that 25 HP. You're doing a slower team, so you can use it other places if you want. You can farm trait stones, farm class experience, farm class weapons, because you don't have double Ironhawk or triple Ironhawk. So you can do whatever you want in that case. But if you're using double Ironhawk or triple Ironhawk, you should probably be in Cinemirage or Wild Plains. So we can double check that by going to our collection, go to Cinemirage and Wild Plains, and just make sure there's no Orcs there. Go Wild Plains. Go Orc. There's probably not, but it's always nice to check. There's one Orc in Wild Plains. That's not too bad. You want to see 0, but if there's just one, it's still not. That might still be doable. But let's look at Cinemirage now. Is there any Orcs in Cinemirage? No. I'm telling you, it almost always works. And they're both in the same spot. It's easy to remember. Cinemirage and Wild Plains. So Cinemirage is going to work. It used to be these 3, but Blackhawk got effed up. We no longer do Blackhawk. But it used to be these 3 kingdoms. Now it's down to Wild Plains and Cinemirage. But It's easy to remember because they're all in the same spot on the map. So now we're going to do Explore. Explore 1. Because there's no reason to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 9 or 12. We don't care about anything else except for gnomes and vault keys. So we want to make sure we're doing the easiest fights, the lowest level enemies with the lowest HP, with the lowest armor that we know we can kill back to back to back with consistency over and over and over and over and over with no hiccups, nothing. Now you could maybe do Explore 2 if you want to be, you know, a contrarian or something, and that might work. But I like to say things that 100% definitely for sure. Explore 1. If you go to Explore 2, what are you really getting? Honestly, not very much. Nothing. You're gonna get to a boss chest faster, which is kind of stupid, right? We don't want to be getting to a boss chest faster. We don't want more myth stones for going to a harder Explore. People always say this stuff, like, "Oh, I can do Explore 2." I don't want to listen. I don't want it to be that simple, Cool. I don't want it to be that simple, Cool. I don't want it to be just Cinema Mirage Explorer 1 and that's it. I'm going to do Explorer 2. Well, you're just going to get to a boss chest faster, Nimrod. Alright. So. No turns for you. Ironhawk. So this is the, hey, I'm doing a Nomapalooza team. Or, hey, I don't have a third Ironhawk team yet, so far, you know? You can do both, if you want. 3 Ironhawks is ideal, but 2 is fine. You can start doing this with 2. So this is either, hey, I don't have 3 Ironhawks yet, or, hey, I'm running a gap. So we'll go ahead and copy that one. I'll show you the team code if you want. Class doesn't matter because we're not using our hero. For verse farming, we're gonna do 3 Ironhawks. And if you don't have Ironhawks, I'm gonna play my new account tomorrow, so you can see that tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow if you want to see like Rowan or something that isn't Ironhawk. Today is the main account. Today we're doing Ironhawk. Ironhawk's been out for a while, so a lot of people have it. All right, well, I need to clear the filter or something. We need to go grab another Ironhawk. Ironhawk's been through the Soul Forge several times. Its kingdom has come through multiple times. I feel like a lot of people should have double or triple Ironhawk by now, and if you don't, that means you're not saving your diamonds or your event keys, and you're getting other things instead. It's kind of your own fault. Triple Ironhawk, let's go. So this will be for verse hunting. So what happens is we do Explore 1. Gnomes appear more often, so we want to kill enemies as quickly as possible to see the next fight as soon as possible so we can get more gnomes. There are different rarities of gnomes. So there's the treasure gnome, the soul gnome, the glory gnome, the jewel gnome. Those are like the ones that aren't rare, and they'll appear the most. And then you got the like curse gnome and the dragonite gnome and the Nomapalooza gnomes. Those are rare, the rarer of the gnomes. So they're gonna appear less often. So first of all, you got to get a gnome in the fight. Second of all, you got to get a Nomapalooza, a cursed, or a dragonite gnome, which is rarer. And then third of all, you're going to want the color that you need from the Nomapalooza gnome. So everything has to go right pretty much for you to get, you know, the 4 different colored verses that you need to then craft a Nomapalooza in the Soul Forge, which will then give you all gnomes for 15 minutes. That's what that does. So you're looking for all 4 colors. So we're going to do fights back to back to back to back to back to back here in Explorer 1. And we're looking for gnomes. And we're hoping that eventually a Nomapalooza gnome shows up, a rarer gnome. And then there's a brown one, a blue one, a red one, and a green one, right? So you need 1 of each color. And once you have 1 of each color, you can then go to the Soul Forge and craft what's called a Nomapalooza. Once you craft that Nomapalooza, it's going to start a timer on your screen for 15 minutes. And now you're just going to see literally all gnomes. There's going to be no other enemies. It's just going to be gnomes. Treasure gnomes, glory gnomes, soul gnomes. Every once in a while, Dragonite gnome. Every once in a while, maybe a Gnomapalooza gnome. Every once in a while, curse gnome. But lots of gnomes. All 4 slots are going to be filled with gnomes every single fight for 15 minutes. So obviously you want to do the easiest fights, the quickest fights, so you can kill more gnomes, so you can get more vault keys. We don't want to make it harder. We don't want to do it somewhere else. We don't want to be a contrarian. We just want to... This is for you, for your benefit. Like, it doesn't matter to me, right? I'm just trying to help. So if you want to get the most out of this weekend, you're going to do Explore 1, you're going to do it with Ironhawks, and you're going to just kill enemies as quickly as possible and not get distracted by anything else. You know, it's a video game, so do whatever you want, obviously. I'm just letting you know the fastest, best way to do it, and you can do it for a little bit, and then go do what you want for a little bit, and then, you know, whatever. Alright, so this is my verse hunting team. So we're not in a gap right now. We're looking for verses. Another thing to look at is your myth stones there. So we have 49 out of 100. So what I like to do is not do a gap until I'm as close to 0 out of 100 as possible. Because if you get to a boss chest during a gap, it just makes it slower, and then all of a sudden you're fighting a boss who doesn't die, who then you have to, like, you know, kill with skulls or find, you know, recast again. It just makes the fight longer to fight a boss, to fight a mini boss, it just makes it longer. During a gap, you don't want to be fighting a boss chest, and then all of a sudden a mimic pops up, and now you got a mimic there, and you're like, oh, and then you're screwing your whole gap up because you got a boss chest, right? So you want to be starting a gap as close to 0 out of 100 as possible, because you will not get to a boss chest if you're as close to 0, because you're not going to get 100 miststones during 15 minutes. You might get 70 if you're really fast, but you're not going to get 100. So start as close to 0 as possible. It could be 15, it could be 20, it could be 30, something like that, but don't start if you're on like 50 or 60 or 70. Go ahead and hunt for verses until you get to the boss chest, and then run a gap once you get the boss chest, like after that. It's like my luck, I'm going to get freaking mimics during a gap. You know what I mean? Or the boss is going to survive, and then it's going to take 50 turns and respawn, and I'm not going to get the colors I need or get any skulls, and the fight's going to take forever. And then it's going to be a mimic, and then the mimic pops up, and I got to, like, scramble around, and you don't want that happening during your gap. So that goes back to the other thing. Let's put it on level 2 difficulty or level 9 difficulty. You're just hitting boss chests faster during your gap, which is not smart. So let's run it. We're just pushing one button. It's super fast, super easy. I don't think it can get any faster than this. We're skipping by genies. We're skipping by demons. We don't give a crap about those. Merchants, though, this is the time where you're going to be getting lots of merchants and angels. So that's another good thing about doing fights quickly, back to back to back to back, and not making it slower and harder on yourself. You know why? Because you'll get more merchants, more angels, more gnomes. There's lots of reasons. I don't always say every single reason, and I think that leaves it open for people to argue and think they're doing the right thing. But there's always even more reasons as to why I'm doing what I'm doing the way I'm doing it. I just don't always remember every single reason. More merchants, more angels. You know, not getting to a boss chest as fast. More gnomes, more verses. You can, like, train your brain to just think about the vault event as getting as many verses as possible, and then getting as many vault keys as possible. And then doing whatever it takes to do that. There's 27 other days in the month to get pets. There's plenty of ways to get pets for every kingdom. Pets aren't as good as you think they are. PvP, there's 27 other days to do PvP. If you don't have every class on 100 with every class weapon, if you don't have 2 Ironhawks, 3 Ironhawks, if you don't have almost everything in the game and all the kingdoms 2030, then you probably shouldn't be doing PvP during a vault event. Like, I could maybe make an excuse. Alright, you gotta know what you're gonna get when you see that merchant. Just a way to make sure you're doing it as quick as possible. Like, hey, I'm only gonna get purple deeds. Hey, I'm only gonna get this or that. Like, try to think about, before the merchant even pops up, try to know in your head what you're going to buy and not buy. So you don't want to be sitting there like, should I? I don't know. And then you call your sister, you call your aunt, you call your grandma, you call your brother, like, hey, what do you think, man? I got this. This merchant's offering me this or that. What do you think, sir? Do you think I should get it? I don't know, man. I already have Zalkari on. You know, I already got that one to 20. But they're offering me green deeds over here. And then on the other side, they're offering me, like, some diamonds or something? What do you think, Aunt Karen? Do you think I should, what do you think? Think I should get it or not? Which one should I do? Should I do the gold one or the gem one? And then all the while you're wasting time deciding which one to get. So just know what you're going to do before it pops up and try to decide as soon as possible. And if you can't decide, just get the hell out of there, grab the gold one. If you're like even like, I don't know about that gem one, just get the gold one and get out of there unless it's super dookie. But angels, just pick quickly. They're not going to pop up super often, but it's free loot, so might as well grab something usually from the angel. Just pick the better thing. See all these gnomes I'm getting and all the verses I'm getting from doing it this way? I probably got one of each color verse already. I saw Baz, I saw Cindy, I saw Freddy. The proof is in the pudding, folks. The weakest enemies get to the next set. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Don't look at the knockers. Don't stop and look at the knockers. I'm gonna call that like stopping to go get a pet is stopping to look at the knockers. Used to be the money machine. You're in the money machine. Don't get out of it to go pick up a dime somebody dropped by stopping and doing a pet. Come on, you're in the money machine catching $100 bills. Why are you getting out of it to go pick up a dime? I know it only takes you like 3 to 5 minutes and whatnot, but you know how much you could do in 5 minutes? You know 5 minutes is a third of a gap? You know how many vault keys I get from a gap? Sometimes like 30. So that's like 10 vault keys. You're going to trade 10 vault keys for one copy of a pet? I don't know if I would do that. You never know what's in those vault keys, man. Could be 300 gems, could be 360 gems, could be 100-something gems, could be 250,000 gold or something, could be a nice orb, could be a tarot card you need. But we're going to stop just to go get one copy of a pet. I don't know. I'm not passing up. You got 10 vault keys on this side, and you got one copy of Knocker's Dingleberry on the other side. What would you take? I think I'd take the 10 vault keys, not the one copy of Knocker's Dingleberry. Get out of there, bro! Okay, so legendary ingots I don't need at all, and diamonds I'm not buying for gems, and I really don't need at all, so far all the merchants have been an easy pass for me. There hasn't been anything too enticing. When you're towards end game, it is a nice thing, like, to get a bunch of merchants and be able to buy, like, a bunch of deeds that you need. I'm telling you. Alright, we got something that survived! No, we need yellow, we need brown, we need skulls. Yellow, brown skulls, come on! It's gonna happen every once in a while, it's okay. That was like the mini-boss, that was us. That's gonna happen every once in a while, no big deal. The wrong troop was in the wrong spot and got replaced by the wrong gnome. That'll happen sometimes. I think we've got one of each verse. I had 2 gaps before I started. We'll see how many I got after I get to this boss chest. I'll get the pet food, I guess. In the past, I would have grabbed that token. I probably should have grabbed the token still. That prevents me from having to farm explore outside of a vault event. I just buy the tokens and medals from offers. And you know where I get the gems? From the vault event. So I get the gems to buy the medals from the vault event. And I get the medals in the vault event. So then I don't have to do explore, I just do vault event a lot. It's kind of what it boils down to. Vault event allows you to not have to farm anything else in the game if you do it right. you're gonna sit there and farm Explorer 12 for a couple of hours every night, you know, try to transfer that to the Vault event instead. And you'll never have to do that again. And you'll get a bunch of other cool loot that you need while you do it. Instead of just medals. Just tokens. Just a maybe that turns 3 into a maybe, into 3 into a maybe, into maybe a 3 into a maybe. And then you get the one that you need after like 900 tries. Don't look at the knockers, keep going. No. Don't get mesmerized and frozen solid by the knockers. What up, CCR? Mumvin? Sorry I'm on a crazy rant today. That's what she said. Don't make it harder. Anita with the gifted. I didn't see that, but now I do. So thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh, yeah? We started out hot this month, and we're kind of fizzling out a little bit. But shout out to Anita and the usual suspects. Anita and Chad. We're going to need another Swagmire soon. Another Worm Skull. Another DC. But I'll take the usual suspects. I just feel bad sometimes. Nobody else feels bad? You're kidding me? I'm just playing. I don't want nobody to feel bad. Let me feel bad for you. Look at all these gnomes I've been getting, man. Look at all these burst gnomes. Isn't that crazy? That's weird. Strange. Wonder why that's happening. Wonder why. Usually I get them in treasure hunt. Like normally, the advice that people give me is to go play treasure hunt. But today I'm trying Explore 1 with Ironhawks. And yeah, I seem to be getting like a lot of gnomes. It's weird. Like I don't know why that's happening all of a sudden. What happened? I think it's the game is bugged or glitched out. Probably. Yellow or brown? They're dead. That was a boss fight. So that's what you don't want to happen during your gap. Right there. So at best case scenario, you have to fight the boss and they're going to survive and it's going to be annoying and you know it makes the fight a little bit longer. Worst case scenario, you get a mimic and now you're all scrambling around not knowing what to do during a gap. You got to open the freaking chest, whole other animation here, you know what I mean? Like it just like ideal conditions, you're just doing Explore 1 back to back to back to back to back to back to back with no extra animations, no enemies surviving, no like potential mimics. You know what I mean? Now we gotta watch this, we gotta look at that. We gotta re-pick that. I don't know. But let's go see how many gaps I got and catch up in the chat, because I've been rambling. I forget how many I started with here, because I'm an idiot. But, what was it, 220? Could probably go back to the beginning of the stream. What did I have, you guys? You guys and gals. I'm doing epic trials there still. Dang. Who remembers how many keys I have? Probably too busy talking. I want to see how many... Or no, I didn't do a vault. I'm like out of it today. That's my problem. I didn't do a gap, so who cares? I don't know what I'm thinking. How many gaps do I have? I had 2. I'm out of it today, y'all. Tripping today. Too busy thinking about all the crazy ranty stuff I'm saying. But yeah, what I want to see is how many... Okay, I got a whole nother one. It's not like I farmed for too long there. And I got a whole nother gap. I had 2 when we started. I don't remember like how many red, blue, or brown I had, but I know I had 2 green. And now I have 3 green. So now I have 3 gaps instead of 2. It's kind of what you want to see, because if you run a gap, you're just using 1 of each. And then if you go hunt versus, and you replenish it, and then you run a gap, you know? And then you replenish it, and then you run a gap, and then you replenish it, and then you run a gap, and then you replenish it. That's the best way to do it. It's the best way to do it, I feel. Because it switches it up, too. It's not too boring, because you're doing something slightly different. You can run your XP boosters, your gold boosters, your soul boosters while you're doing Explore 1, like hunting versus. You also get lots of merchants and angels and stuff like that while you're doing that. So it's a little bit different, right? Running gaps is going to be all gnomes, which is fun because you get lots of loot. But just hunting like who? I don't get why people do that. That'd be so boring. Just hunting versus all weekend, not running gaps. If I had a bunch of gaps, I would just run gaps all weekend. It'd be so fun. Plus, then I'd get all the vault keys. Then I'd go open them all when the vault event's over. Be fun. Alright, so we got 3 gaps. Let's go run one. So I made 2 mistakes today, y'all. I called High Priestess Chaska a mythic. And now I'm talking about how many vault keys did I get when I was just hunting versus. It's my problem. Alright, we need to make sure our medal is... You don't want to have a medal of Anu or a medal of Orpheus on while you're verse hunting or doing gaps, because it adds like a little animation to every fight. Like every second matters when we're doing it so fast. We're like trying to kill as many enemies as we can as quickly as possible and get to the next fight as fast as possible. Any little extra animation you don't want. So we don't want like the Medal of Anu popping up every fight. We don't want the Medal of Orpheus popping up every fight before every fight. We don't want to be using Greed, who does an explosion every fight. We don't want to be using Cafru, who does an explosion every fight. That's extra animations every single fight that's going to make it to where you get less verses and less vault keys. So double, triple Cafru, that's slower. Greed, that's slower. It just is. It just is. It's another animation every single fight, even if it's just half a second. Even if it's just half a second. That's 1 second every 2 fights. And how many fights are you doing? So every 2 fights, that adds a second. That you're slower. That's if it's half a second. It's probably more like a whole ass second. So it's like another second every single fight that you do. That you're adding. That adds up eventually, for sure. You're going to be missing out on vault keys and verses. Could have got way more, but you're exploding the board every time with Greed or Cafru, which is slower. 100%. But it's not like the worst thing. If you don't have Iron Hawks, you know, but you do have Cafrus in Atlanta, like it's still fast. It's just not as fast. And I wish you would have got Iron Hawk instead of Cafru, if possible. Alright. Nishas, because Nishas won't interfere. What else can I say about this? Let's do a gap. Let's do a gap. Alright. So what you want to do, we're going to go back to Center Mirage. We're going to go back to Explore 1. We're going to put our team to our gap team. This is our verse hunting team. There's a difference. Now we're going to paste in our gap team, which has Sister Superior on the bottom, because now we need to do 25 damage instead of 20. When it's all gnomes, you gotta do 25. When it's not all gnomes, you do 20. So, Sister Superior, we're gonna cast her. It's gonna set off the Iron Hawks, which is 10 damage. And then you cast the Dust Devil, which is 5 damage. So now we did 15 damage. And then the Iron Hawks will go off again, which is another 10 damage. So that's 25 total. And that's all in the first turn before the enemy even goes. Because Sister Superior, empowered with an extra turn. So you cast her, it's still your turn right away. Dust Devil, empowered, you cast it, you do 5 damage. Now you're doing 25 damage instead of 20. The 3 Iron Hawks is just faster, so when you can do it, you do it, because all you have to do is cast Dust Devil. But this one you have to cast Sister Superior and then Dust Devil, so it's a little bit slower, but it's the fastest thing you can do for gaps, because the gnomes have more, like, you know, 1 to 5 extra HP. Whoops. Paste. Alright, what else is a no-no? Stopping to do pets, in my opinion, is a no-no. Having a Orpheus or an Anu on is a no-no. Having Greed or Cafru is a no-no. Not doing Rowan or Ironhawk, in my opinion, is a no-no. Not doing Cinemirage or Wild Plains is a no-no. This week, Cinemirage. Doing PvP, unless you're at the super end of the game, is a no-no. Doing Explore, anything above Explore 1, in my opinion, is a no-no. Opening vault keys during a vault event is a no-no. You want to wait till it's over, because you could just go get more vault keys instead of taking the time to sit there and open them. You don't get extra loot from opening vault keys during a vault event. You get the same loot on Monday that you'll get right now. So it's better to get as many as you can right now, and then when it's not a vault event, you open them. You know, you don't go to work. You're supposed to be working, and let's say you're starting to go into overtime. You know, you're working. They give you your paycheck for the last week, and you say, all right, I'm gonna clock out, go cash this paycheck, and then I'm gonna come back and clock back in. You don't do that, right? You just keep working until you're over, the day's over, and then you'll go cash your check. You don't like say, oh, I got my paycheck, now let me go cash it, and I'll come back later. I'll clock out, I'll go cash it, and then I'll get it, and then I'll come back, and then I'll clock back in. That'd be like opening your vault keys during the vault event. Just keep going until it's over, and then cash them in. But don't forget to cash them in either. That's bad too. Alright, so we gotta run a gap. So what I want to do, I'll just lock one in, just to make sure. This is an old wives' tale. Lock it in. Old wives' tale. We're as close to 0 out of 100. We got 2 out of 100. So there's no freaking way I'm getting all the way to the boss chest in 15 minutes. I'm pretty good, and I'm pretty fast. But I'll probably get to like 75 max. So I won't have to deal with the boss chest or a mimic or extra animation or anything like that. You want it to be snappy back to back to back to back to back to back during a gap. And you also want to make sure, like, you know, they're not going to try to sell you electric or a toilet seat, or you're going to get 50 phone calls, or your kids are doing flaming cartwheels. You want to make sure you have 15 straight minutes to do this. Like, go make sure everything's cool first. Like, go patrol the house, you know, take your baseball bat and look in the corner, every corner and behind every door, and open up the freaking in the bathroom, like the bathtub, like the curtain, the shower curtain, dude. Like, open it up real quick with your bat out, like, ah, you know, scream at nobody. You know, go around your house, make sure you're secure, double lock it, check all the windows, right? Check all the windows, take your bat, and, like, search behind the doors in the shower curtain, and peep through the blinds and make sure there's nobody out there about to knock on your door. You know, turn your phone off, make sure nobody's about to call, check your text messages, make sure nobody's needs you to text them back. Okay, check your pants, make sure you don't gotta poop or pee, right? And then you're ready to go. Just make sure you don't have nothing that's gonna pop up. You know, smoke your doobie, drink your brewski. Alright, I was drinking my brewski right there. Alright, let's do it. Games, Soulforge, Other, go down. Before I click this, I'll double check the chat so you can all call me crazy. See what y'all are doing. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? Let's go to the bottom. Change my medals? Yeah, I did. Tyrion says, I got 2 perfect 37 gem tributes last night. I get them so frequently, they barely feel special anymore. It's because those kingdoms are so high, bro. Kingdom level and power, crushing it. Angel with epic or ultra rare ingots, that sucks. Especially towards the end of the game. Like, you don't need ingots anymore for real. Like, all my weapons are totally maxed out. I, like, don't need ingots, so. You're beyond broke? No problem, man. That's what she said. Don't leave it harder and slower on yourself. Tyrion said the traits start turning on the higher you crank up difficulty, causing their own additional problems that slow you down. That's another good point. See how I don't say everything? Tyrion just added another reason to not go up and explore difficulty. The traits turn on. Now Drake Rider has its loyal mount. Now whoever, when it dies, spawns something else. Now you gotta deal with a whole nother 5th troop on the enemy team. Now they're doing barrier. Now they're doing submerge. Like, you don't want to deal with that crap. Dragzom, yeah, there's other good kingdoms, but I just like to keep it simple and just stay in the same spot because it, like, always works. As, like, a person that's helping other people play the game, it's easier to tell you, like, almost always you can go right here. Cinema Mirage, Wild Plains, used to be Blackhawk 2. Thanks again, Anita. Went to Maka Felix, which you hit the freaking target right in the middle there. It's a good person to give it to. Good morning, Sean, if I didn't say it already. Verse 1 is not in the offers. Coincidence? It's just like random which one you get. Tyrion has 800 vault keys, 80 epic vault keys just stashed. That's another good reason, Sana, to be your guild leader. Yeah, like, just ideally open all your vault keys before the vault event. I know it's not always possible for everybody. MJK Jets. What? Yeah, somehow the stream kept going. That was cool. You're still using the Moon Mage Leprechaun team? You don't have 2 Ironhawks yet? Okay, I mean, Moon Mage is decent. Go P first. Yep. I prefer Rowan, but, you know, Moon Mage is a close second for sure. You got Atlanta. Rowan is just like the easy one to say, because you can level classes with it, super easy. Like with Moon Mage, I like to use Doomsayer, just for that little extra explosion to help her get up quickly. Leprechaun blows up green, Rowan uses green, you know. You got Mirage Queen that can 50% start Rowan, and then you don't need your hero, really, so you can do whatever class you want. So that's why I recommend Rowan until you get Ironhawk. Just easy to say, too. Lots of reasons. You can go to any kingdom you want. You can also farm trait stones. You can put whatever class on you want, so you can farm class experience and class weapons. With Atlanta, you got to do the triple Caffrey bull crap, no hero. With the Moon Mage, I prefer Doomsayer, but you don't have to. You could do any class you want for real, but there's reasons behind why I recommend Rowan until you get Ironhawks. If you have every class on 100 and every class weapon, then do whatever you want for real. Alright, Gnomepalooza. So now it's going to start a timer, 15-minute timer, and we're going to have all gnomes for 15 minutes, so we're going to want to, like, go hard. Get straight to it, no interruptions, kill as many gnomes as we can, get as many vault keys as we can, and, you know, if you still need Dragonite, we'll talk about it during it. Like, I gotta have something to talk about, right? Explore. Knockers. Preload those inputs, controller players. You'll figure it out. Practice when it's not a vault event. If you don't know how to preload inputs, practice when it's not a vault event. Or practice when you're farming verses or something, when there's not like a time pressure. Practice your preloading of the inputs. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing if you don't understand it. It does take a little bit of, like, you gotta be pretty frame perfect. You don't have to be, but you gotta be pretty good at using a controller, like, to... It's fun, though. It adds an extra little thing. It's kind of like letting go of that button, or, you know, when the light turns green, you hit the gas. It's kind of one of those things. All my fellas out there probably think it's really fun. Once you figure it out, and once you understand what I'm talking about, it's kind of like letting go of that button. Drag racing, the light's turning green, you're boom. Killing those gnomes. It's only with the controller, though. You can't do it with the mouse. That's why controller is the best for vault events. Mouse is best for, like, everything else in the game. So, PC mobile, you got an advantage everywhere else in the game. But during the vault event, controllers are king. So you can preload your inputs and just let go of that button. Like so. But yeah, the other thing I was going to say is the limiter thing, you know. So, when vault events first came out, way back in the day, this is a fairy tale I've told many times. Peter Pan coming through your window with Tinkerbell. Taking you to Never Never Land with Captain Hook and the Lost Boys. Making you walk the plank. Back in the day when it first came out, the gnomes were giving us too much loot, basically. You got gnomes in every single fight for 15 minutes. It was just way too good, and the devs didn't like it. We were getting way too many souls and gold and glory and jewels, and the main thing was we were rolling one gap right into the next one. So we would get enough verses during a 15-minute gap to just start another gap. We would never have to verse farm when it first came out. You're just literally rolling into the next one. Like, all day. So we're getting extra loot all day and just rolling, just doing gaps all day, the whole vault event. when it first came out. When the Gnomapaloozas first came out. Not when the Vault first came out, but when, like, the gaps first came out. We were just rolling them back to back to back to back to back, because we would get enough in the gap to do another one before the end of the gap. But we were also getting, like, tons. Like, the gnomes were dropping all their souls, all their gold, all their jewels, all their diamonds. It was just too much. Like, there's a whole day where, if you were there, you know what I mean. I was there. It was a Thursday, wasn't it? It was a weird... It was like the first... They introduced the Gnomapaloozas, right? So they gave us like a longer vault event. It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday instead of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was like Wednesday through Sunday or something like that. It was longer. So on that first day, whether it was Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, we were trying them out, like the new gaps. And we were getting so much loot, it was crazy. Like, every single gnome was dropping, like, way too much. And there's gnomes every single fight and every single slot. And then we would get enough verses every single gap to just start another one. Right after the one we just did. And then just get a bunch more loot, get another gap, start another one right after that one. Just keep rolling them back to back to back to back to back, getting tons of loot that whole day. So it was too good. The devs said, no way, Jose. We're not letting you do that again. You know how they are. If something's going good, too good, dude, they fix it so fast. They don't even pull their pants up. They just run to change it as quick as possible. Now, if it's something like the game crashing during a vault event, or the servers being slow during a vault event, or something we need them to fix that's like hurting us and making us slower and making us get less loot, they won't fix it. They'll wait till Monday. They'll wait till the update. They're not going to do it. But if it's us getting way too much loot, they will run. They won't even pull their pants up. They'll just run straight to fix it as soon as possible. So we only had one day of that where there's tons of loot and we were running gaps back to back to back to back to back. So their fix for that, think about NASCAR. You know how they put a limiter on your car, like sometimes in some races, like they don't want you going too fast or whatever. They want it to be about skill instead of like who has the most powerful engine, so they don't let you go over a certain speed or whatever. Well, that's what they did with the gnomes, kinda. So now they won't drop like their full drop. It's something like 10%, I think, now. Like, they really turned it back. They turned it down to like 10%. So if you were previously getting like 80 Dragonite, you're now going to get 8 Dragonite. If you were previously getting 500 souls, you're now going to get 50 souls. Okay? So they put a limiter on it during gaps. Just during gaps, though. Like everything else, when it's not a gap, there's no limiter. But when there's a gap, there's a limiter. So, Dragonite Gnome that would have given you 80 now gives you 8. Soul Gnome that would have given you 500 now gives you 50. You know, a Jewel Gnome that would have gave you 10 diamonds now gives you 1 diamond. It's 10%. Except for Vault Keys. Vault Keys they didn't touch. They still drop just as often. That's the thing you're supposed to be going after anyway now, is Vault Keys. So don't worry about it. Like, it's no big deal that they turn the souls down and the gold down and the glory down and all that. Because you're concentrating on getting Vault Keys, not that stuff. But one thing that you can do, if you still need Dragonite, is at the end of your Gnomapalooza, if you happen to have a Dragonite Gnome, you're keeping track. You have like your phone, you have a timer on your phone for 15 minutes. So you go to your Soul Forge, you're about to hit that button to start the gap. You put 15 minutes on your phone, you hit go on your timer on your phone, and then you hit go on your gap, so now you know exactly when it's going to end, right? When your timer goes off on your phone, that means the gap is about to end. You start your timer first on your phone, and then you run the gap. That way your timer on your phone goes off first before your gap ends. So then you know, like, oh, my gap's going to end in 30 seconds on my phone. So now you're looking for Dragonite Gnomes. Okay, there's less than a minute on your timer on your phone, so that means there's less than a minute on your Gnomapalooza. Now you're looking you're looking at every single gnome that's popping up over there, and if there's a Dragonite gnome, you just let it sit. You don't kill it. Let it sit there. Let the timer run out. There's lots of people out there who still need Dragonite, so this is something I say every single time. Most of y'all already know it, but I want to be able to help everybody get Chrysantherax and Stellarix and Diamantina. And this is how you farm Dragonite. So you wait, wait till the last, don't do it, don't be too crazy about it. Don't be wasting like 3 minutes of your gap. But once you get into those last 2 minutes or so, start really paying attention to what gnomes are popping up. And if you see a Dragonite gnome in the last, I like to say 1 minute, but if you want to do 2 minutes, it's up to you. If you see one, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Let your Gnomapalooza end with it just standing there. The screen just sitting there. Don't do anything. Just let the music end. Let the timer end. Let your phone go off. Let the timer go off on your phone. With that Dragonite gnome just still sitting there. The fight just sitting there. You're not touching anything. You're just... There's a Dragonite gnome. You're staring lovingly into its eyes and letting your timer run out. Okay, then you have all the time in the world. Once your timer runs out, doesn't matter how long, but kill the Dragonite gnome after you're 100% sure that the gap is over. So I usually let my phone go off, and then I let the music end, and then I wait like another 10 to 15 seconds. Then I'll kill the Dragonite gnome. Then you'll get the full drop, basically. You'll get the full drop. So instead of getting that 8 Dragonite, you'll get the 80. Because the gap's over, the limiter is back off. You waited until it was over, and now the limiter is back off, and now you get the full drop. So that's a good way to farm Dragonite. That's the smart way, that's the real way to farm Dragonite. You don't buy it in the PvP shop, you don't buy it in the dungeon, you don't do that stuff. You do vault events, and you do what I just said. And then you'll get... Instead of getting 5 Dragonite, you'll get 50. Instead of getting 8 Dragonite, you'll get 80. Instead of getting 2 Dragonite, you'll get 20. Whatever it is. And then just do that every gap. It's not going to work every single time, because you're not going to see a Dragonite gnome in the last 2 minutes of every gap, like they're supposed to be super rare. But that's the time, though, because you'll see more Dragonite gnomes when you're seeing all gnomes than you will when you're not seeing all gnomes. So... definitely the time to do it is during a gap. That's how I was able to get Chrysantherax, Stellarix, Diamantina pretty much right when they came out. I never bought a bunch of Dragonite from the PvP shop or the dungeon or anything like that. I was just vault events and perfect dungeons, that's all. And playing everything else in the game that I'm supposed to be doing. Guild events and single player events and adventure board and dungeon and XP booster, just doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and then farming the vault event and doing the dungeon every day. That's how I got every single dragon, pretty much right when they came out. There's no, I wasn't buying Dragonite with gold marks. I think that's a waste. The dungeon, there's definitely certain situations. When you know exactly what you're buying with the Dragonite, I don't mind you buying Dragonite from the dungeon or from offers. I think PvP, gold mark Dragonite, is never right, no matter what, because those gold marks should be going to books no matter what. It's kind of like diamonds, you shouldn't buy legendaries in the Soul Forge with diamonds, the same way you shouldn't buy Dragonite with gold marks. Those gold marks could go to books, which are way better. Those diamonds could go to mythics, which are way better. Running a gap. Trey with the 5. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. One of our usual suspects. My guy. You gonna be playing this weekend, bro? I'm trying to think. Saturday. I think I have nothing to do tomorrow. If you want, we can go to Skyfire. It's not going to be, amazing. It's just kind of interesting and kind of fun. It's dangerous. You can get spells. They're not... I don't think they're, the really good spells, but... They're, level 39 in spells or something. Just something for us to do, like in the area that you're already in. But yeah, dude, I totally recommend the Ice Giants by Perma. The only bad thing is you're like so far away from everything. I need green, I need brown. Oh, if he runs away, I'm gonna crap my pants. I just crap my pants, everybody. Now I'm like taking so much time. He ran away already. Alright, anyway, it is what it is. I just wasted. I'm more irritated that I wasted that much time of a gap than losing that Dragonite. I was not paying attention. I was talking about a different game. Sorry. But I might need a teleport, of course. Thuggish is in Kelethin right now, so probably Butcher Block. Druid Ring. Port me over, and then we'll just fight right where you port me. Skyfire, pretty much. It's usually where I used to fight with my Necro. We could fight by the zone line if it gets too dangerous. I think we're going to crush it, as long as I pull okay. The hard part is the pooling, because you can get aggro from multiples sometimes. Like the fights themselves aren't that bad, it's like the aggro radiuses and pulling. If you get like 2, 3 of them, you run to the zone. I've died there before. What was I saying? I was talking about Dragonite and you know, how to farm it for real. Just wait till the end of your gap. Be looking. Sometimes it's fun, like when you've done so many gaps. You know what I mean? Like when you're on Sunday and you're doing your 30th gap or something, you can make it funner by like seeing what kind of gnomes you're getting and stuff. Don't forget to yell train. Yeah, you know the deal. All right, so my gap is over. You heard the music change. One little tip: if you're doing the Dragonite gnome thing, you're letting it sit there and your music is going, you got the you got that going on, you still got your gap going on, you got the Dragonite gnome there, you got like 2 minutes on the clock, maybe 1 minute on the clock. Sometimes you have to push a button to make the music change. So let's say your timer goes off on your phone and you think it's been 15 minutes, right? And you're waiting patiently with that Dragonite gnome up there because you want to get the full drop. But you still hear the music. You still hear it like... You're like, what the hell, bro? Maybe I didn't start the timer right. Maybe I put the wrong number in. Maybe I got to wait another 15 seconds. I don't know. Well, the thing is, you got to push a button sometimes to make the music switch. Like, the music will go on forever if you don't do something. So if you, like, match gyms, like if I did this, the music would change. If the gap was over. If I do this, the music will change. 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 Okay? So, everything except for killing the enemies. If you kill the enemies, then and you're not sure that the music... You know, if you're not sure it's over and you're killing them, that's... I'll do anything except for that to see if the music's stopped. So you can match a gym. You can cast Sister Superior one time. Like... That'll help you determine whether or not the gap is over by the music changing back to the normal music. But sometimes you have to push a button or do something to make the music change. Because normally you're just bang, 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 pushing buttons, battle, next battle, next battle, next battle, loading screen, nets. So the music just changes when it's supposed to. But when you're just sitting there and it ends, like for some reason the music doesn't like change unless you do something. Like you're in between doing things and the game is kind of stuck on the music, so you gotta like do something to make the music, you know, be correct. I remember doing, because I've done that, you know, that's why I have Chrysantherax, Stellarix, all that, because I was doing that at a certain time. I was doing the vault event, I was doing the thing where I make the music run out and I have a Dragonite gnome and I get the full drop. That's how I farmed my Dragonite. Perfect dungeons too, like making sure to do your dungeon every single day and pick the same 3 rooms every single day, you know? That's how I got so many perfects and Dragonite. Alright, so our gap is over. We had 240 vault keys, right? So let's go see how many I got. Let's see. Should you follow my advice? I don't know. Proof. The pudding's in the proof, right? The pudding is in the proof. How many pity keys? Looks like we got 9 because I have 9 messages. That's pretty good. My best is 10. So, but I already grabbed one. Remember, I could have left it sit there and I would have had 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got 9, but I already grabbed one, so we got 9 or 10. Now that's not gonna happen. Keep happening. That's just my first gap. So pity keys are easier to get the earlier you are in the weekend, because the first pity key you get's just for 5 gnomes, and then it goes up to 10. So now you got to get 10 gnomes before you see 1 pity key. Then you got to get 15 gnomes before you see 1 pity key. It's not like 5, then 5, then 5, then 5. It's 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 25. So it gets harder every time. So like, eventually you're only going to get like 1 vault key per gap if you're going and going and going. But 9 or 10 on your first one is really good, just by the way. So I got 9, I guess. Which I can see a huge difference between PS4 and PS5. On PS4, I used to get average of like 20 vault keys per gap. Now on PS5, I'm getting an average of at least 25 vault keys per gap. On PS4, for my first gap, I would get like 5, 6, 7 pity keys. Now on PS5, I'm getting 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, 10 actually pity keys on my first one. On PS4, my mist stones, I would get like 50 or 60. Now on PS5, I'm getting 60 or 70 mist stones, which means I'm just killing more enemies. So it's crazy that just like more money equals faster equals more vault keys. Like, I hate that that's a thing, but if you have a PS4, consider, if you can, getting a PS5 if you want more vault keys, because it's a thing for sure. I'm a perfect example of that. You can go watch one of my vault events from 2 years ago where I was getting like 20 vault keys per, because it's so slow and it's loading all the time, and now with PS5 I'm getting 25 or 30 vault keys every gap. So per hour, that's an extra 20 or 30 vault keys. Alright, let's see how many I got in total. I had 8 epic, so I got 2 there. I had 240, so that's 36. So I got 38 vault keys. So you decide for yourself whether or not you want to follow the advice based on that. You can even take away my pity keys if you would like, and I got nearly 30 vault keys on that gap. So if you're getting 15, you're getting 17, you're getting 18, 19, 20. Wouldn't you rather have 30? I would. Alright, so then if you follow the progression of like how to do this, like next up we would do verse hunting. That's the way I like to do it. So we already we already copy this team because we're gonna be using it periodically every other, we're gonna hunt versus, then we're gonna run a gap, then we're gonna hunt versus, then we're gonna run a gap. So you're gonna want to copy one of the 2 teams, so that way you don't have to always look for it. But we got to go get an Iron Hawk to do our verse hunting. So I got the Gap one copied. Tomorrow we'll do Rowan and the new account playthrough at the Vault event. Today we're doing main account. And now we're going to be hunting verses until I get to the boss chest. And what I need is a green verse. Let's see if I get it. Be interesting. The one bad thing about the PS5 is that I don't have as much time to verse hunt because I get so many mist stones so quickly, I kill so many enemies so quickly, that now I only have 27 mist stones worth of time to hunt verses, unless I want to do an entire boss chest. I used to just do like every other, like 1 boss chest in between. But we'll see if I can get that green verse in the amount of time. If not, I'd probably still run a gap until I run them down to like 0 or 1. If I happen to run my gaps down to 0 or 1 gap. I might keep going until I get the green verse. Like while I'm hunting verses before I run another one. Which never takes me more than like 1 to 2 boss chests. It's not that long. We're killing them enemies so quickly. It doesn't take that long. Like I should probably just go till I get a green verse right now. Let's just do that. Just to show you how long it would take. I need a green verse. You know, my green verses are way lower than the rest of them. Let's just see how long it takes me to get a green verse right now. It'd be interesting, because I know a lot of y'all out there are missing 1 verse out of the 4, and it's weird. And you're wondering why you're not getting it, or whatever. Let's just see how long it takes me, and I'm really going to put my foot in my mouth when I don't get one. Or I'm going to jump for joy and tell you, I told you so, you know, I'm going to be a jerk. We'll see, though, how long it takes. Oh, there's a red one. Got the red one. That used to be the one I needed. Cindy with her hair. Always late. Always yelling at her hair. I hate my hair. Putting on her makeup. Don't know what clothes to wear. My butt look fat in this dress. Type stuff. Always like late to the party. She'd never come through. Now it's Freddy, dude. Somebody pooped in his hat or something. He's taking forever. He's like, I can't come out without my hat on. You know, I'm going bald here. I gotta wear it. So, I need yellow brown. Come on, dum-dum. Yellow brown, yellow brown. We didn't have anything. We need skulls. We need yellow. We need brown. We have nothing. Just take something. There's some yellow. There we go. Alright. Just do it as fast. When something like that happens, just try to win as fast as you can. Freddy, somebody doo-dooed in his hat like he was sleeping. And they drew a nasty wiener on his face with Sharpie. Like right on his forehead. It's not very nice. Like big old saggy ones with a, you know what I mean? And like the only way he could cover it up, it wouldn't come off because it was permanent marker. They're being jerks. So the only way to cover it is with this hat. So they drew it right on his forehead. And he can't, they stole his hat. He can't find it. So now he don't want to come out. So now Cindy's not the problem. She gets done before Freddy. Freddy looking around for his freaking Slash hat. Playing the guitar. Couldn't find it. There's a Hoagie. Works at Subway. Hoagie. It's a steak hoagie. He's Gene Simmons. Got his tongue out, you know. Biting the head off a bat. Just kidding. Oh, we got him again. Come on, send out Freddy. We want Slash. Everybody likes Slash better than Gene Simmons. Come on. Slash is way cooler. He's got the cool hat. He plays the guitar. Silent but deadly. Come on. We don't want Gene Simmons. Wears clown makeup, sticks his tongue out. We need the cool guy with the hat, the guitar. Come on. Alright. Well, now he's going to take forever just to show me up. You know rock stars, though. They always get everywhere late. Too busy boozing it up. Staying up all night. Cocaine and hookers. It's going to take forever to appear for me. Oh, I leveled. Wonderful. I don't really care. It slows me down. Stupid leveling. Stupid pets. Stupid person popping pets up on my screen. Why are you slowing everybody down in your guild for, dummy? I'm just playing. I love that one. That's funny. Who the hell popped the pet? You just slowed everybody down in your entire guild. Thank you so much. Way to go. And then you brag about it in the guild chat. Like, hey everybody, I just slowed y'all down by popping a pet. Hey everybody, make sure it was me. I'm the one who did it. It's Knocker's Dingleberry. If you don't have it, you know, I just made everybody slow down. Ha! You're doing the vault event super hard? Yeah, well, I just pop the pet up on your screen. Ha ha, dummy. Now you gotta click through it. Now you gotta get enticed by it. I'm gonna tell you about it, too. I'll pop it up on your screen. I'll make sure you can't see your pity keys. Ha ha, idiot. I'm over here doing PvP. Popping pets up on everybody else in my guild screen. Slowing everybody down, telling them about it, too. Be like driving really slow and just on the street and just hanging your middle finger out the window. Yeah, it's me up here going slow. Slowing everybody down. I don't want nobody to get to work on time today, so I'm going to go really slow. Hang my middle finger out the window and just go 20 miles an hour. And I'm also going to pop a pet up on 30 other people's screens while they're trying to do a gap. While they're trying to do a gap and go really fast and get verses, I'm going to pop a whole nother animation up on 30 other people's screens. I'm going to steal 30 seconds of life from this world. People's time. I'm going to do it every single hour, too. And I'm going to brag about it. Imagine. And that's how I think about it. There's different ways of thinking about it, though. Most people jump for joy. Like, yay, a slow person. Now I can listen to my podcast. Yay, somebody's going really slow, so I have to also go really slow. Yay, now I can listen to my podcast. Now I can get to work late. I hate work. I hate being on time to work. I actually hate work so much, I'm glad I'm late. Glad they're driving really slow. That way I get to work even later, because I hate work so much I don't want to go anymore. And I want to listen to my podcast for a little bit longer. And I don't really need money, for real. I had too much money. I don't need to be going to work and getting more money. I'd rather be late, drive really slow. So I'm glad that person up there is driving super slow and with their middle finger out the window. I think it's awesome. That's like the person jumping for joy. There's people are popping pets up on their screen while they're trying to do a freaking Gnome-a-palooza. Hey, I got Knocker Stinkleberry, my second copy. Yay, I got my third copy of Fox's Balls. Got my fourth copy of Ghost Booger. Julie, how many copies you got, Ghost Booger? I got 4 copies. How many copies you get, Ghost Booger? Oh, you got 6 copies of Ghost Booger? I got 2 copies of Ghost Booger, and Ghost Booger, I hope Ghost Booger pops up again this time during the VOD event while we're trying to do gaps and get verses, because I need to get my 6 copy Ghost Booger. You know, I'm going to go 5 minutes. But stop. I was doing a gap. I was running a gap, but then Ghost Booger popped up, and I had to stop doing my gap for 5 whole minutes and go get Ghost Booger. You know, because I only got 3 copies. I need to get 4 copies instead of 3. You know? I gotta go get it. Get my Ghost Booger for... I got 3 copies right now, but I gotta stop my entire gap, stop hunting for verses for at least 5 minutes to go get my 4th copy of Ghost Booger. Right? I don't like vault keys. I need, instead of getting, like 5 or 10... There's Freddy! Hello! Hello, sir. How long did that take? Wasn't too bad. And an angel! Ooh, I got an epic vault key from an angel. The angel is just like... The angel's just like, everybody, I'm gonna come down from heaven and just let you know that Cynical is right. And... The angel's like proving my point. Like, here's an epic vault key, just as a coincidence, while Freddy pops up on the screen, while he's telling you how to play the game, and he just got the thing that he said he was gonna get. Here's an angel coming down from heaven and giving him an epic vault key too, just to really prove the point. So that was 50 myth stones. That's how long it took for me to get Freddy, the one I need. Now I can run a gap again. But yeah, the pet thing, I don't get it. Unless it's a pet you like, you know, if it's a pet you don't have at all, you have 0 copies, and you're like super gotcha game, collect them all type of person, Pokemon. Like, I kind of understand. I'm not like, you know me, I'm just like joking around a little bit. It doesn't take that long. It's not that crazy. Don't stop a gap, though. Like, you know, the pets are up for however long they are, 30 minutes, an hour, I don't even know, because I don't care. But, you have time, so make sure you finish your gap and then go get the pet, if you're going to do that. But if you're getting your 4th copy of Ghost Booger when you already have 3 copies, please don't do that. Like, come on, bro. Just keep doing the vault event. Keep doing the vault event. Keep getting verses. You can go get your 3rd copy of Ghost Booger anytime you want. What's the difference? You need 31 mother effing copies. You're going to go get number 4 instead of 5 or 10 vault keys. You're going to get your 4th copy of Ghost Booger when you still need 27 more copies of it. Because that's what happens when you do a pet rescue. You're not going to get 10 copies of it. You're not going to get 12 copies. You're not going to get 8 copies. You're not going to get 15 copies. You're going to get 1. If you're lucky, you'll get 2. If you're crazy lucky, maybe 3. But you need 31. 31 copies. 3 is nothing. 3 is nothing. That's 10%, right? You're getting 10% of a pet, which is even stupider. In my opinion. In my opinion. Let me stop this very important vault event, or this very important gap, or hunting versus, to go get 10% of a pet. Of Ghost Booger. Let me go get 10% of Ghost Booger instead. You know what I mean? And then wonder why I can't find that 4th gnome. That verse gnome. Well, I can't get the green one. I'm gonna go to the forums and complain about the one I can't get. The green one, or the red one, or the brown one, or the blue one, whatever it is. But you're getting the 4th copy of Ghost Booger every hour. You know? If you would just keep going, if you would do it in Explore 1 with the right team, and you would keep going instead of getting distracted every hour for your 4th copy of Ghost Booger, maybe you would get the verse you need. But I'm afraid that we're doing weird kingdoms, we're doing weird teams, we're doing weird Explore, we're doing PvP, we're stopping at every pet, and then we're complaining about not getting the right verse. Just don't be that person, please, because you know the right way to do it. And I don't want any... I'm just trying to help. Just trying to help, like always. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, I think. I want to do more Vault event tomorrow on my new account. So that one might be slightly longer tomorrow. New account. Let's get some vault keys on the new account. Let's show them who's boss. Let's use our Rowan. Let's show all these beginners that they don't need to be sitting there farming. You can just play vault events. They don't need to farm metals anymore, gold anymore, souls anymore. We got this. We're going to do vault event. I have 700 gems on my new account. I already bought both armors. You know, now, and then I haven't even done one vault event yet. So if I actually play the vault event like I would normally play it on my main account, on my new account, imagine how many gems I'm going to have then. And then I'm going to just buy every freaking metal I see from the offers. Then I'm going to have all my globals with no farming. And then the next vault event, I won't even need to buy metals. So I'll just have gems for whatever. Guild events. Or whatever. I'll have tons of gold to level all my kingdoms up, too. So I'll have lots of diamonds to start saving them for mythics in the Soul Forge. I'll start getting orbs so I can fully trait stuff like Leprechaun and Queen Beatrix and Mirage Queen. Just boom, hit the button. Orbs from Vault Keys from the Vault event. I'm doing it right. We're gonna crush it. I'll show you how to do it. I got everything, all the dragons. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you how I did it. Alright, y'all. Crow was here today. Ghost Booger gives really good bonuses. Ghost Booger, when you have a whole team of ghosts, when you have a whole team of blue ghosts with a bat in the cave, you will get plus 1 HP. Ghost Booger, all you have to do is make a weird team of all blue ghosts from Nantucket. All blue ghosts from Nantucket with a bat in the cave. And you will get plus 1 HP. That's how pets work, too. So, you know, getting every single pet in the game is not like some crazy good thing where you're going to get tons of extra stats or something. Like, it's good passive. Think passive. Sometimes things are, like, worth going and getting, and sometimes things are worth, like, passively getting. For me, pet bonuses are... I'm not going to throw them in the trash. I'm not going to, like, not take them. I'll give them to me. But I'm gonna take them passively. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get that tiny little bonus. You know, but passively I'll take them over time. Passively, I will take all the pet bonuses that will apply to my team. But I'm not gonna like go out of my. I'd rather go out of my way to get kingdom level and power, or get into a better guild, or do my underworld, which can give you stats way quicker than a bunch of weird pets. You know what I mean? So, but pets are nice. It's a nice passive bonus. I don't want to not have that nice passive bonus, but I'm not going to chase down a passive bonus, like a little tiny passive bonus. I'm not going to like go out of my way to spend a bunch of time. And I still have lots of pets, and there's 27 other days where if a pet pops up, I grab it. But not during the vault event. Not during the vault event. I'm not getting my 4th copy of Ghost Booger instead of getting like 10 vault keys. That doesn't make sense to me. If it's your first copy of Ghost Booger, okay, maybe. I still wouldn't do it, but that's a better excuse if it's your first #1 copy of Ghost Booger. But if you already have 1 copy of Ghost Booger, then there's no point of going and getting your 2nd copy of Ghost Booger instead of doing Nomapaloozas. And people will trick you, dude. Like, your guild leader is going to tell you, like, let's all talk about pets in the guild chat while we do the vault event. Because most of the time, it's a high-level player that has nothing else to do in the game. So they want everybody to be in PvP popping pets because they need pets bad. They need pets. That's all they have left in the game to get. Like, they're looking for something. I need pets. Like, I don't need gems anymore. I don't need Dragonite anymore. I have all the dragons. I don't need troops anymore. I don't need orbs anymore. This person, whoever it may be, maybe not even the guild leader, just the highest level person in your guild, they're convincing you to get excited about pets during the vault event because they want everybody else to pop the pets so they can have a new pet every hour, so they can maybe get the one thing that they need in the game. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. If they were thinking about you, they would say, please don't be in PvP trying to pop pets. Please go to Explore 1 and get as many vault keys as you can and versus and run gaps. Don't be over here doing this. Like, I'll do it myself, and if you guys want to run the pets when I pop them, it's cool, but you know, I'm a high-level player, and that's all I really need, so I want to be a good example and let you guys know that you probably shouldn't be getting your 4th copy of Ghost Booger right now. You should probably be running gaps and getting verses over there. But instead, sometimes you got these shady people, like, let's all do pets and yell about which one it is in the guild chat, and, you know, pop it up on everybody's screen as much as we can so we can slow them down. It's almost like the devs tricking people and brainwashing them into, hey, slow everybody down by popping as many pets as you can. You know what I mean? Like, same way there's lag, the same way there used to be, like, battle crashers every once in a while. It's the vault event. It's the best time to be, like, killing as fast as you can, back to back to back to back. Hey, let's do this thing. Hey, everybody, pop a pet up on everybody's screen to tempt them to stop doing the vault event as much as possible all weekend. You know? Come on. Yep. Vault keys get you pet orbs, yep. So you only need 1 copy of a pet, and then you can orb it. If you do the vault event correctly, like, do the easier thing. Hunt the thing that's gonna fully max out a pet. Could you imagine getting you stop the vault event to get your 4th copy of Ghost Booger, right? And then eventually you just orb it anyway. So you just wasted that 5 minutes for nothing. For nothing. Because if you're playing the game right, you're going to get a lot of minion orbs. You're going to get the littler one. You're going to get the bigger one. If you're doing Underspire like you should, if you're doing Vault Event like you should, if you're doing Guild Events like you should, you're going to get a decent amount of orbs. And some of those are going to be minion orbs. And then one day you're going to you're going to have a bunch of minion orbs, and you're going to start picking pets to just click a button and fully ascend them. Right? So all the time you wasted getting your 3rd copy of Ghost Booger, your 4th copy of Ghost Booger, your 5th copy of Ghost Booger, your 7th copy of Ghost Booger, it's completely wasted. It's like you wasted time because you're just going to click one button and fully ascend it, and that's not going to matter. The 3rd copy, the 4th copy, the 5th copy, those aren't going to matter because you're going to click one button and fully ascend it. Especially if you're doing a lot of... The more vault keys you get, the more chances you have at orbs, the more chances you have at minion orbs. So the more likely you are that you're just going to click one button to fully ascend a pet. So that's why I say, you know, if you're getting your 1st copy, that's way more acceptable than if you're getting your 4th copy of whatever. Because one day, you're just going to be clicking that button, I promise you. You're just going to be hitting that minion orb button. And imagine you went out of your way a bunch of times to get your 23rd copy and your 24th copy and your 27th copy during the vault event. And then all of a sudden you're just hitting that button and none of that mattered. And think about all the vault keys you passed up to do that. They're definitely not your friends, man. They want you to go slow. They want you to be confused. They want you to spend money. The devs are not your friends, for sure. And they probably put that narrative out there. Everybody get pets during the vault event. Let's all... It's Knockers Dingleberry. It's Ghost Booger. Toddy Big Ears. Inky, Blinky, Jinky, Stinky, and Boo. You already got a mythical Pac-Man troop. 4 plus 4 plus 4 for each medal. 4 ghosts from Pac-Man Kingdom. That's what I'm thinking when I say Ghost Booger. It's like the Pac-Man ghost. You guys are right. You read my mind. For tomorrow, good to point out Kingdom even season medals are good to be buying a few as soon as you can to afford to. Yep. I think that's literally what you should spend. As on my new account, I'm buying the armor first, which you could totally skip if you buy Death Knight armor. You don't even have to do that. That's 1,000 gems that you don't need to spend if you buy a Death Knight armor. But for me, I'm free to play, so I have to buy Dragon armor, Celestial. So my first 1,000 gems go to that. Then the next gems I get, every single gem is going to go towards medals until I have all my globals. I'm going to get 3 medals of Guard for Rowan. You know, I'm going to get 3 medals of Nisha. I'm going to get a medal of Anu. I guarantee it. I'll have them so fast. And then I'll have to explore, do 0 farming. And then I'm going to stack even more gems up after that. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. You just can't be blowing gems on weird stuff. You know, you got the person who maybe buys the armor, and then all of a sudden they're like opening gem chests with gems, and they blow all their gems down to 0, and then they're like, how do I get these medals? And then somebody's like, well, you farm Explorer, and they're like, okay, because I have 0 gems right now, because I opened a bunch of gem chests with gems, an event key chest with gems, so I have 0 gems right now, so I can't afford the medals, so I guess I'll go do Explorer to get my medals. Well, don't do that. Don't blow them on dumb stuff. Like, you have enough. I've already done it before, too. While you're chasing pixels, devs are chasing your hard-earned money. Yep. Yeah, I'm just trying to help. I'm the anti-dev. I'm trying to save you as much time and money as possible. That's like my goal. Literally my goal with this channel. Teach you how to play the game and teach you how to save as much time and money as possible. I'm the anti-dev, literally. Alright, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time, which is tomorrow for the new account. We're going to be doing Rowan for the first time. And Rowan in the vault event as a level like 60 something. Level 60. I can't remember what level I am, but I think it's 60 something. So, first vault event, level 60, new account, Rowan for the first time. Got the Rowan team already, and we're doing a vault event already. So, should be interesting to see like how it went today and then how it goes tomorrow. Because we're on one side of the spectrum today, like, super high level. Tomorrow we're going to be on the other side of the spectrum, super low level. So we'll get to see the difference. Alright, we'll see y'all. Thanks for joining me today. We got Crow, we got Sana, we got Tyrion Shark, we got Yoke the Ham. We got Tyrion, we got Sana, we got Classic EverQuest. I just watched a Classic EverQuest video myself this morning, or yesterday or something. I think this morning. Mumvin was here. Trey with the 5, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. We got Yoke delivering the mail. Tyrion Shark. Zelo Guy. Zelo Guy. Sorry I didn't see you there. You might be called something else, too, because my names look funny today. My names look funny today, y'all. They're not like they usually are. So, shout out to Zelo Guy. I feel like you have a different name usually, though. Maybe not. CCR, Mumvin, Sana. It's got the @ stuff today. So instead of saying Tyrion Shark, it says @thespectreon919. But I know it's Tyrion Shark. And it says @LadyAlfield1 instead of Sana. And it, yeah. We got Sean, we got Jets. We got Zivy Murr. Yoke, Jets, Sana. Horth, SMS. What's here today? Yoke, Zivy. Yeah, I admit my mistakes, y'all. You know that. I admit my mistakes. I talked about a legendary like it was a mythic. You know, I talked about getting vault keys when I was trying to get verses. See, I'll tell you when something's wrong for sure too. I'll take down a video if I said anything that ended up being wrong, or I'd at least say something in the community tab or something. Top fans. So YouTube determined that they like Trey the most. Second place is Yoke the Ham, tied with Tyrion Shark and Chad and Sana, really. So it was Trey in first place, and then a big old tie for second between Yoke, Tyrion, Chad, and Sana. For me, I say super special thanks to Chad, Anita, and Trey for the donos, keeping the train going, keeping the lights on, doors open. Yeah. I save you cash, and you have fun. Yeah, you might, like, here's the thing. So you might get slightly aggravated at first, because you already did something that you can't take back. But all you can do, you don't have to tell us, number one. Number two, you can stop doing it now and start doing it the right way, right now. Number three, you'll start having more fun, like Crow said, because you're going to get more resources quicker, and then you're going to get cool stuff faster, and then you're going to have really cool like dragons and cool stuff, and you're going to be having more fun. So all you got to do is just stop it, and you know, don't get angry just because I told you not to get that mythic and you already got it, or whatever. You can always fix it next time. There's no big deal. Everybody makes a mistake, and we don't have to know about it. Just if you were doing PvP this whole time, and you don't even have like Ironhawk or whatever, you know, you can just stop it. You can stop it right now. You can start doing it right now, and nobody has to know. If you were doing every single pet that popped up, every single vault event, nobody has to know that. You can stop doing it right now, and you can do it the right way. Start doing it the right way. Nobody has to know. It's fine. There's no reason to be angry with anybody or anything. I don't even know that you did it. Nobody knows. Don't be mad. Why would you be mad? It's weird. Alright. Have a good one. You're the best. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Later, Crow. Later, Chad. Later, Sana. Later, Tyrion. We'll see ya. I'm trying to end the stream like on my laptop, but I gotta end it over here on my TV, on my PlayStation.